We recently took a look at all of the websites of the 2020 Democratic presidential campaigns and kind of basically went through them and graded them from best to worst websites. The websites are very almost like e-commerce sites in that they're trying to kind of get people into a funnel so that the campaigns can then hit them up for donations down the road. So I think really what they're trying to do is kind of use social media, use earned media to kind of tell their story, and using the websites more as a conversion point for people that are interested, et cetera. So this one is the website of Elizabeth Warren, which is one of the better sites we saw. You'll see kind of right away when you hit the site, they're using personalization. I'm in the District of Columbia, so it's asking, will you join the fight in the District of Columbia? And using that as a way to kind of get me engaged and to kind of sign up for the email list. The Warren site's very nice looking. It's kind of well designed. It's got a unique kind of brand, kind of a different color set, etc. And if you go into this menu area and kind of click through, you'll see she's got kind of a Meet Elizabeth section, which is her bio, where she provides her kind of information on her story and who she is. And then she's got a pretty robust issues section where she goes through what she's trying to do around kind of the major policy points that she's interested in. The Mayor Pete site actually recently got redone. They've got a really unique kind of palette, which I think is meant to evoke kind of Notre Dame in terms of colors. And it reminds me kind of a Parks and Recreation character because he's so kind of clean cut. He's from the Midwest, and the branding is kind of very clean, almost like you'd see with Leslie Knope, the character from Parks and Rec. If you go through this, the site is really slick. It's got a lot of motion as you scroll down. It's got a lot of little videos you can watch to learn about things. You'll see these kind of animations. But if you kind of look at it, there's really not a lot of meat on the bone, for lack of a better way to put it. He's got his bio, but he's not really talking at all about what he wants to do for the country, et cetera. It's really about kind of events, getting people, you can buy things, and getting people to donate. Kamala Harris, the typography, as you see, is kind of it's a little different than everybody else. This Kamala Harris for the people, kind of playing up her experience as a prosecutor and her legal experience with the entire branding, speaking truth, demanding justice. So she's really kind of playing up the legal background, and that's really her differentiator. This is the Bernie site. Since he's announced, he's actually kind of built this out a little bit. He's got this nice video kind of on the homepage. I think his branding is solid, really unique. He actually doesn't even have a bio on his site, which is interesting. I think that's an indication of where he is in the race. Just everybody knows who Bernie is. So he's like, I don't even need to actually say what my background is. I'm Bernie. A lot of the candidates are using really diverse color palettes. And in this case, Biden's kind of being maybe an older school candidate. He's kind of leaning into the red, white, and blue, except he's kind of got an interesting take on it because the palette is really primarily white, as you can see from the homepage, with the red and the blues really being accents. And as you scroll, you'll see that kind of continued throughout, which I think is a really nice kind of touch. The other thing I like here is the way that as you scroll, the kind of donation options remain fixed. So you kind of see the option, always have the option to kind of donate $5, et cetera. So as people kind of experience the site, they're going to be potentially inspired and donate. Another nice design touch they have on the site is if you go to the bio and scroll down, you'll get this kind of Amtrak train that follows you as you experience the biography, which I think is a nice touch. The one thing I don't like, which I think is a little weird, is if you scroll down, you'll kind of see the stock photos. And to me, it looks like these people have had kind of the Joe campaign logo photoshopped onto their normal clothes. And I might have actually just shown pictures of the t-shirt or had somebody actually wearing the t-shirt instead of these kind of millennials staring into the future. So if you want to learn more, go to our blog.thebrickfactory.com. We've got this blog post on the best and worst where I've kind of gone through and talked more specifically about each of these and kind of rank them from best to worst. So definitely go there to kind of learn more. And I'm going to be updating this post kind of as people launch new features, etc. And I'd say once again, the kind of key takeaway is that, the candidates at this point aren't really getting into substance. The focus of their web presence is really on personal branding and then on converting.